Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Shantae Nicole podcast. So let's talk about it, right? So, I've been making these nice little videos about T.I. and the 50 Cent beef, but that was Nicole. This is Shantae. So let's get into the mess because my podcast is messy. And let me tell you what I think is really going on. Okay, so 50 Cent, aka Curtis Jackson, has known T.I. for several years, right? And I think that, you know, maybe they did discuss verses. And, sometimes like when you be talking to people, you be like, all right, okay. And maybe in that moment, it was a yes. Or maybe he really hadn't processed it yet, and he was just kind of like, oh, okay. But let's keep in mind, they look way younger than what they really are, but 50 is 50. So I'm going to give him a pass and say maybe he forgot. He has pivoted from rapping, right? So, he's doing movies, he's doing TV shows. He has a lot of other things going on, investments, right? Like if you really know a little bit about his story, he invested in vitamin water several years ago. So he is a very smart businessman. So he has a lot of investments going on. And a lot of his wealth is not coming from music, right? It's not coming from raps and all of that. Is coming from like movies and TV shows and investments and et cetera, right? So their lifestyle is different. 50 Cent only has 2 kids, and his first son is in his 20s. He's grown, right? Child support done. The second son is a teenager, right? So he's almost grown. So 50 Cent, as far as I know, is not a grandfather, right? So he's like almost like an empty nester, right? So fast forward, that's his lifestyle. Now, T.I. already had 3 kids, right? Tiny, his wife, had a daughter. That's 4 kids. Them together, plus the 4 kids, that's a family of 6. Okay, they have 3 kids together. Now that's a family of 9. Their grandparents, because Tiny's daughter has a baby. That's a family of 10. So you're coming from a situation where 50 Cent doesn't have a relationship with his oldest son. So it's kind of like he only has 1 kid. Even though he has 2 sons, financially, it's kind of like he has 1. So then with just 50 Cent and his 1 kid, that's like a household of 2. You get what I'm saying? Versus a household of 10, that's an extra 8 people that 50 Cent doesn't have to worry about. Now, it seems like when you have that many people that you have to be financially responsible for, whether it's like college, food, mortgages, rent, investments, opportunities, that is a lot of financial pressure, right? So I think maybe they did have the conversation about verses. Maybe 50 Cent said, okay, or maybe he hadn't processed it, or maybe he forgot, life be lifing, right? And so the reason why I always recommend like therapy and anger management, and these are all things I've done for myself, like 12 years of therapy, 14 years of family therapy with my son, and 2 years of anger management, 14 weeks of parenting classes. And I know you're like, wow, like that's a lot of help, right? But I grew up in the suburbs my entire life. And when you're raised around white people, one thing I can say, they are not afraid to seek help. Like, you can't go through life assuming that you know everything, because you don't know what you don't know. And so when you're dealing with money and you're dealing with business, people really respect when you seek answers, right? Like, wisdom is extremely important. How to handle your emotions, right? How to process information, how to not be so quick to respond, right? And so I just think that if they didn't do verses, right, it could have been a different opportunity that they could have done had it not gotten way out of hand. I'm making this video and I hope and pray that it's a blessing to you, because this is a learning opportunity, right, for everybody. Carlos Miller said on Club Shay Shay podcast, he said, Black people will make you famous. White people will make you rich. We don't need to argue, fight, and disrespect each other in front of company. There's a lot of people who are interested in investing into your business if they like your brand, because people like to make money in their sleep, right? Like, a smart business person doesn't feel like, okay, they need to start up 20 different businesses. And when smart business people talking about having different streams of income, they're not always talking about things that they're doing themselves. You know, if they see an opportunity to invest, make money with someone, or make money with people, help them grow, help them elevate, they're going to do that. That's what a smart person will do. And so I really hope and pray that that they get it together, you know, not just for rap, not just for the culture, not just because these are two successful Black kings, but for themselves, right? Like, life really is short, and you have to have gratitude over attitude. But I really just think it was just miscommunication, you know. Financial pressure can be very stressful. And so I think that, oh yeah, thank you. So I think it's fair to say, I think it's fair to say that I think it's fair to say that I think it's fair to say that it was just miscommunication. The only reason why I paused, right? Like, if you're familiar with my content, you know, I make videos in the car. And so they see me out here, and he just wanted to ask, was I okay? Like, you good? You okay? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm good, you know. But anyway, God bless you. Jesus Christ loves you. Always be in control of your emotions. Don't fight in front of company, right? Because you never know what doors you're opening and what doors you're closing. So God bless you. Jesus Christ loves you. He only wants the best for you. Bye-bye.